We're at the halfway point, sort of the month, and we want to go today to chapter 16, verse 23, which says, "A wise man's heart guides his mouth, and his lips promote instruction." Teaching is a heart thing and not just a head thing. We talked about this earlier in the month. It involves your emotions and not just your cognitive ability. Also, you shouldn't underestimate what God has done in your life and the power it can have to help and change others. So you should look for opportunities to give away to others what God has taught you through, and you can do this through teaching, coaching, writing, or some other creative expression. Now, we're just going to look at one verse to corroborate this, to go along with this. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 26 says, "What then shall we say, brothers and sisters? When you come together, each of you has a hymn or a word of instruction, a revelation, a tongue, or an interpretation. Everything must be done so that the church may be built up." And then we'll go to a little longer passage, Colossians 3, verses 15 through 17, where Paul wrote, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace. And be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts." Verse 17, "And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him." So what's the daily taste today? How can we summarize it? Well, you are a part of the message when you teach, and your testimony will enhance what you are trying to impart to others. Hope that makes sense. It does for me. So come on back tomorrow after you've reflected on this taste, and I'll have another taste waiting for you here.